Welcome back to my kitchen, Real Women of Philadelphia. My name is Sarah, and on this rainy day in Victoria, BC, I'm going to share with you my recipe for carrot cake and Philadelphia cream cheese icing, but I'm going to kick it up a notch. Instead of just you doing a full-size cake, I'm going to do carrot cake cupcakes, and I'm going to layer them individually so that each person will be presented with a beautiful little layered individual cupcake. And instead of just using my already fabulous Philadelphia cream cheese icing recipe, I'm going to kick that up a notch too, and I'm going to incorporate melted white chocolate into it. Oh, I can't wait to take a bite of this one. Alright, let's get started. So, first I'm going to add 3 eggs, a cup of margarine, you could use butter too, and also a cup and a half of sugar. So I'll mix that up and I'll be right back. I've mixed up all of my wet ingredients and now I'm going to move on to a separate bowl for my dry ingredients. I have 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons each of cinnamon and baking soda, as well as ½ teaspoon of salt. So I'll just whisk them all together and then I can combine everything and add my craisins, raisins, grated carrots, and crushed pineapple. I have everything set and now I'll just combine everything and then I'll ladle it all into my little greased muffin tin. I grated my carrots on a fine grade, and that's just because I have some picky eaters that I know are going to be enjoying my carrot cake muffins. But if you really like carrots, feel free to use a larger grate if you'd like. I saved all the juice from my can of pineapple, and I'll be using that in my icing later, so make sure you do the same. Everything's all mixed together. It looks like such a beautiful color. And now I'll just ladle them in about 2/3 full into my already greased muffin tin. Once I have my pan all filled, I'll just put it into my oven that's preheated to 350 degrees, and I'll cook it for about 30 minutes. I'll see you then. I've taken my cupcakes out of the oven and they look and smell delicious. So now I'm going to just prepare them for cooling and I'll be all set to layer up my little cupcakes. So I'm just going to slice it lengthwise. So it was a little hot, so it didn't come apart perfectly, but that's okay because I'm going to soon have some delicious Philadelphia cream cheese and white chocolate icing to stick everything together. No one will know the difference. So let's get started on my Philadelphia cream cheese and white chocolate icing while all of my cupcakes cool. Now it's time to make my Philadelphia cream cheese and white chocolate frosting. This is my favorite part of a carrot cake. So I'm going to use an entire package of the whipped Philadelphia Light. I'll have about ½ cup of melted white chocolate chips, and I've just melted them with a little bit of butter. I'll add about 2 cups or so of powdered sugar. I've saved my pineapple juice, and that's just in case I need to thin out my icing a little bit. This will just bring the flavor back to the carrot cake. And I also have a bunch of chocolate chips, white chocolate chips, and those are just to sprinkle on top of my carrot cake when I'm done. I don't know if you know this about me, you probably don't, but I am a big history buff. So I don't know if you know, but white chocolate chips, technically, they're not any part of chocolate at all. You need to have cocoa solids to make chocolate, but white chocolate, it only contains cocoa butter and sugar. So it's not chocolate at all. So I'll just mix up my butter, vanilla, Philadelphia cream cheese light, white chocolate and powdered sugar. My icing will be all set, and probably at that time, my cupcakes will be cooled and ready to frost. I'll see you when my icing's done. My cupcake is cool and my icing's all set. I'm really excited to layer it up and see how my individual layered cupcake looks. So I have the bottom half of my cupcake on a plate, and I'll just scoop a little of my icing on, just as I would a cake. Now I'll put the top layer on. I don't usually like to add a lot of icing, but feel free to add as much as you like. If you have a little bit of icing left over, you can always check out one of my other recipes that I'll be uploading this week. It's my Nana's recipe for Philadelphia cream cheese chocolate cream drops, and I'll be sandwiching them together with my leftover icing. But for now, oh, I have to enjoy this. So it looks really pretty, much nicer than just a slab of regular layered cake or just a cupcake even to me. So now it's time to take a bite. Even someone that doesn't like vegetables would like this. But don't let them trick you. This doesn't count as a serving of vegetables. Thanks for watching. Well, I knew something was missing. I forgot to add on my little decoration on top. I have some white chocolate chips. I'll put them on now. No one else will know. I think that looks pretty good. So when I serve them to my friends, these will not be missing.